Hello dear listeners, it's M.DAMALIE here and welcome back to another episode of Scrum Conversation. Today, we're diving deep into the art of backlog refinement, a topic close to every Scrum practitioner's heart. You've got just me today, so find a comfortable spot, settle in and let's have a chat. You know, in Scrum, the product backlog is our compass guiding us towards our goals. But for it to point us in the right direction, we need to keep it in shape and well organized. Think of it as a sports team. Let's say, for example, a soccer team. To play their best in the main game, they don't just show up and hope for the best. They have a regular training section, practice drills, and strategies, meetings. This helps them stay in the top form and keeps their skills in shape and be ready for any challenge the opponents throws their way. Similarly, in Scrum, we can just show up to the sprint and hope everything falls into place. Our backlog is our game plan and we need to keep it in shape and well organized. That's where backlog refinements comes in. Just as a soccer team continually refines their skills and strategies, we refine our backlogs to ensure we always delivering the best value as possible. Let's start with the basics. What is backlog refinement? Well, think of it as a sprint cleaning for your backlog. You declutter, you organize and prioritize items to ensure smooth sailing during sprint. So the question that always comes is how often should we as a Scrum team refine? I'll find that regular section maybe once a week works wonder. And remember, this isn't a solo activity. The product owner, Scrum master, development team all plays their part in this activity. Speaking of collaboration, ever heard of the Three Amigos? No, not the movie, but in Scrum, it's a technique where representatives from the business, development, testing comes together. It's all about viewing items from different angles. Trust me, it clears up so many ambiguities. Then there is a user story mapping. Imagine plotting a user journey on a board, prioritizing features along the way. It's like piecing together a jigsaw puzzle. Once you see the bigger picture, everything just clicks. Let's pivot to another exciting technique many Scrum teams use during refinement section, which is the dot voting. If you are envisioning a classroom scenario where students place colorful stickers on their favorite poster, you are not far off. Dot voting, sometimes called dotmocracy, is a visual method for a group prioritization or decision making. Here's how it usually works. List items for consideration. Begin by listing out all the items or topics you need the team to prioritize. This could be a whiteboard, a flip chart, or even a digital tools. Each item is typically a task, user story, or a feature team is considering for a future sprint. Distribute dots. Each participant is given a number of dots or sticker. This number can vary based on the total items and the depth of prioritization you want. So let me try to give you guys some example. If there are 10 items to prioritize, you might give each person 3 or 5 dots. Vote with dots. Each participant place their dot on the items they feel are most important or urgent. They can place all their dots on one items if they feel strongly about it, or spread them out among different items. After everyone has placed their dots, you tally up the votes. The items with most dots are, by democratic censors, deemed the highest priority. These visual representations allows immediate feedback and can often spark valuable discussion. For instance, if one items got a significant number of dots, The team might discuss why perceive it as vital. Conversely, if an item got no dot, it might be worth discussing its relevance or if it can be deprioritized. Dot voting is not just about prioritization, it's also a tool to gauge team alignment and foster collaborative decision making. It's a simple yet powerful way to give everyone voice in the refinement process. So the next time you are in a backlog refinement section and decision seems elusive, why not give a dot voting a try? It's a democracy at a team level, ensuring everyone's perspective is considered. Of course, we need some ground rules. That's where definition of ready also comes in. Think of it as the entry ticket for items in a sprint. It ensures that we are all on the same page. Remember that times you struggle with a chunk user stories, splitting stories can be your savior. With principles like the inverse criteria, you can break stories down into bit-sized digitable pieces. For visual learners, for complex or design-focused stories, nothing beats a good prototype or mock-up. It's like giving everyone a sneak peek of your future, and trust me, it clears up so many things. So now, let's come up with another concept that during backlog refinements normally comes up. Spikes. In Scrum, spikes are all about research. If you're facing any uncertainty, my advice is to create a spike. Need to explore anything? Also create a spike or spike it. By the end, you are armed with knowledge to refine your backlog further. Let's talk a bit more about spike. For those who might not be familiar in the world of Scrum, when we say spike, we aren't talking about sharp objects or volleyball moves. Instead, we are referring to a specific type of backlog items used for research or exploration. It's a tool to help teams deal with uncertainty. Imagine you are building a new app and you have a feature request to integrate with another software. But here's the catch, your team isn't familiar with this software. There's a lot of unknown. How will the integration work? What potential challenges might arise? How long might it take? Instead of making a wild guess or diving head first into a potential chaos, you can create a spike, a dedicated time box, usually within a sprint, to do the research. Your team might spend this time reviewing documentation, testing out some preliminary code, or even reaching out to experts in the field. By the end of the spike, you won't have a shippable product, but you will have something just as valuable. This knowledge empowers your team to make informed decisions, estimates their work more accurately, and ultimately refine your backlog in a way that aligns with reality. Think of it like a scout mission. Before the main operation, you are gathering intel so you can plan and execute more effectively. Another topic that arises, or another techniques for to have a better backlog refinement is estimation. So let's talk about a little bit more about estimation. If you were asked to picture an estimation session, you might envision tedious hours spent trying to pin down exact number, right? But what if I told you estimation could be fun? That's right, I said it, fun. Estimation games, the idea behind games like planning poker and t-shirt size isn't to trivialize the process. Instead, it's to make it more collaborative and to encourage open dialogue. Let's break it down a little bit. So let's take it from the planning poker. This is probably one of the most famous agile estimation techniques. Each team member gets a set of cards with a number. When a product backlog items or user story is presented, each team member selects a card that represents their estimation of effort required. But here's the twist, everyone reveals their card at the same time. This simultaneous reveal avoids anchoring where one person guesses might influence another's. If there is a wide disparity in estimate, there is a queue for discussion. Where did one person think it will talk much longer than another? This dialogue helps uncover assumptions and potential challenges. Another one way of estimation is the t-shirt sizes. As the name suggests, instead of number, you use t-shirt size like extra small, medium, large, extra large to estimate. It's a more abstract way of sizing work, emphasizing relative sizing over exact effort. The benefit here is it reduces pressure of pinpoint accuracy. Instead, the team can focus on categorizing tasks into broad effects. The real value is the conversation, but what is the real goal in the game? The conversation that spark. Estimation isn't just about attaching number or size to a task or a story. It's about understanding the task. It's about discussing potential roadblocks, dependencies, and unknowns. It's about alignment. When a team discusses why they are giving a particular estimate, they are essentially sharing their perspective on their work involved. This shared understanding is invaluable. It means that everyone has a clear picture of what's expected and any political pitfalls that might lie ahead. In essence, while the number or sizes given to tasks are essential for sprint planning and resource allocation, the real value of these estimation games lies in the shared understanding they foster. So, next time you are drilling an estimation session, remember it's not just about the number, it's about the dialogue, the collaboration, and then the shared understanding, and who knows, you might even have a bit of fun along the way. Now, another concept that I would like to also highlight is the feedback loops. They are good. Engage everyone, stakeholders, users, even friends, friendly neighbors if they are interested. External feedback, it's like opening a window in a stuffy room, fresh and enlightening. Also, technical depth. That is really the elephant in many rooms. Address it, folks, regularly. Your future self will thank you. A clean code base is a joy to work with. So lastly, retrospective. Those reflective section post sprint, use them to fine tune your refinement process. Every challenge is a learning opportunity. That was a wild world tour of refinement in Scrum. Remember, it's an art that evolves each team. Each project will have its rhythm, but with these techniques, you are well equipped for the journey. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any refinement stories or techniques to share, drop us a line. Until next time, keep refining and keep delivering value. Cheers.